I know that Johnny and Dolly are just younger.
Yeah.
Like not I don't ever feel like you're a contemporary, but I never feel like, oh my God, they may not know X, Y, and Z, just like I don't know half the things that Rob's talking about.
Well, yeah, because you've aged. These things are aging out of hip culture, and you are a part of hip culture.
Yes, I am 21 years old, mentally 17.
Yes.
So I do have, I'm always on
Twitter.
Twitter.
You're fully formed.
Easy.
Talk to my doctor.
Oh, I really don't want to, which is why we're going to play a 1980s edition of a new game called Jonny Know.
Yes.
And it's not Johnny N.O., it's Johnny K-N-O-W.
Yo, I know this is Ferris Bueller.
Well,
right?
It is from Ferris Bueller, but do you know the name
It's from
of
a Twix commercial.
Do you know the name of the band that did it?
Of course I don't.
Okay, it's Yellow.
Yeah.
And you see, that is something.
Don't be yellow.
No, I would know that because it was a hit when I was, listening to the radio. Oh. And it's called Oh Yeah. So I have prepared a few lists of things, and I'm mostly in the 1980s here, things that are historically relevant, pop culture relevant, and I would like you to tell me not whether or not you've heard of them, but a sentence about them to let me know. We're looking here for understanding.
I will look in the bowels of my mind.
And this is how we play Jonny Know. All right, we're going to start with celebrities. These are celebrities that were popular in the 1980s, all right? And I'll start very easy. Just give me a sentence about Bill Cosby.
Got to put the pudding in the... Yeah, no. Boy's problematic.
Boy is problematic.
You know what? That's a big win because you were funny.
Can I get a ding?
Yeah, I don't have
Should
one.
have asked you beforehand.
Yeah, we don't need a ding. We're just
come on.
He was the father on the Cosby Show.
For God's sakes, I
Very
know you
famous
have
sweaters.
a ding.
The sweaters?
The sweaters.
You like the sweaters?
Yes, I'll give you the.
Not on him.
But we need at least a ding.
All right, hold
ding
on.
would be nice.
Ding would be pretty satisfying.
All right, that would be great.
Accomplishment.
Pony, what do you think?
Ding.
You want a ding?
That's it. That's
All right.
All right, what can you tell me about Brooke Shields?
Oof. Very defensive. Shields. No, I don't know Brooke Shields too well.
That's horrifying to me.
She's like a C-list celebrity now.
No, well,
she's like a Jessica Biel. She's just around whenever they need
Jessica
her.
Biel is actually more famous than Brooke Shields now.
Now she is,
Alleged anti-vaxxer.
Jessica Biel never played Broadway.
That's the wrong crowd. We got the wrong crowd.
For me. All right. What can you tell me about Harrison Ford?
Oh, Star Wars, man.
He is a Star Wars man.
He is a man in Star Wars. Indiana Jones. Still.
Can you tell me what role he played in Star Wars?
Han Solo.
Okay, that's good.
Bingo.
That's
Bingo
a ding.
bango.
All right.
Look,
Yes.
Johnny knows.
What about Larry Bird?
Oh, basketball.
Okay, good. You see, I didn't think he
Black
did
or white?
White.
All right.
And my friend was playing 2K last night, and he said he looks like a grown woman who drives a Subaru yeah.
In a Subaru commercial?
Yeah, like a Subaru commercial. Who gets out? Larry Bird looking lady.
Yeah. Okay. That was an essay answer. I like that. All right, here's one that means a lot to me. I'm curious if this will even darken your memory. Peter Jennings.
Nothing. I don't know who that is.
Wow.
Kids don't watch the news anymore.
Is he a murderer?
No, but I mean, he was a.
How many people did Peter Jennings kill?
You're killing me.
He was the
He was killed by
anchor-
cancer.
Yeah, he was. He was taken young. He was the anchor at the ABC Evening News, and I thought probably offered the best coverage for 9/11. I lived with him when I was watching the 9/11 coverage.
Well, I have no recollection of 9/11 happening. I was two and a half.
I'm not accusing you of anything.
I know.
All right, but I'm just saying
it's interesting that like you brought up different generations experience different things. I was talking to some friends the other day, and we decided like we're the generation that doesn't remember 9/11, and that's a big difference between the two.
Yeah, so weird to me. It was in all the papers. You look at
we didn't know
we
Pearl
weren't
Harbor.
presently like mentally taking it in as what it actually was.
So
when it happened.
your world, I guess the biggest tragedy.
My world was shaped by it.
Yeah, no, but your world, your current world was. It's not shaped by it because you don't have the context.
You don't remember a time when we didn't have that on our intellectual subtext.
I heard airports were a lot easier to go through.
They were, and we wore ties.
TSA wasn't such a hassle.
It wasn't such a hassle. You pause at weird times.
I didn't want to say it first.
Yeah, he censored himself.
Irvin Johnson.
Nothing. I don't know who Irving Johnson is. Maybe Irvin?
Yeah.
What if we said Magic Johnson?
Basketball.
There you go. There. Same guy. Same guy.
But he should get it by the real name, I think. How about John Candy?
I think he's a singer.
And what did he sing?
I'd argue music.
Okay, but can you give me something like a style or a genre of music?
Country?
No, he's a fat comedian from Canada. I'm sorry. The answer we're looking for there is Canadian
Also
comedian.
died.
I think I was close.
Yeah.
Oh, he died in a plane crash?
He died. He ate a plane. Choked on it.
He choked on a plane.
Died of a heart attack, correct?
Yeah. Tucson, and he
Uncle
is
Buck. Do you remember Uncle Buck?
No, I don't.
SCTV, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, I have heard of that. Yes.
Well, good for having heard of it.
Good for having heard of it.
This is awesome.
How about Johnny Carson?
Oh, yes.
I'm glad you agree.
I know you love Johnny Carson. He is late night royalty.
NBC, CBS, ABC.
And was there a TV show he was attached to?
I'm going to go NBC.
Okay.
Tonight Show.
Nice.
Very
Yeah.
well done. All right,
Okay.
very
You
good.
went well.
All right, how about Mel Gibson?
Oh, anti-Semite.
Exactly the answer I was looking for.
Poor guy.
Why did they cast him in Daddy's Home too? They just drove all of us out of the theater.
Everybody deserves a second chance.
Not an anti-Semite.
I agree with you, but he was hammered, blacked out. Somebody say.
I also don't remember him apologizing for it.
I don't know.
I don't think that he ever did.
I
didn't.
I don't know.
Like a second
I'm
chance.
gonna let you do that research.
I will go home and gladly do it.
Send it over.
he may have doubled down on it.
I have a soft spot for the Lethal Weapon.
Like the Lethal Weapon, yeah, but I like it's just for Joe Pesci.
Riggs is no anti-Semite.
No, but that's a character. I don't know. We'll see.
You would probably take more offense to his hot tub situation. Do you remember that?
I have no recollection of that.
Look up that and then let me know what you think.
What do you do in a hot tub?
What didn't he do?
Hey. And the last celebrity, these are just celebrities of the 80s, Burt Reynolds.
I've heard of Burt Reynolds before. I have nothing connecting me to him. Nothing.
You can't offer anything.
NASA. Maybe he was an astronaut.
All right.
I should come in with my own list for you guys.
Well, that's what we said. You are hipper than us.
Yeah, I'd be delighted.
Yeah.
How about
Give
for
us-
tomorrow's program?
Give us your top
Easy.
3 rappers right now.
Okay, random one. Do you know Fetty Wap?
Sure.
I had a Fetty Wap once. It was delicious.
I love that. I know you know Lil Nas X.
Yes.
Yes. MC Hammer.
Oh, the pants and the move with the arms
Yeah.
and the hammer.
Too legit.
Hammer
legit to
drive.
It was called
Hammer
the
Drive.
it was called the typewriter.
the typewriter.
Big hit,
Hammer
1990.
time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
What
I
other
still need your
rapper?
third
Third
rapper.
rapper.
Tom.
My third rapper. I don't listen to a lot of rap.
Okay, give us
Drake, I guess.
Everybody
You know
knows
Drake.
Drake,
Drake,
yeah.
that's great. He makes great cakes.
Young Thug.
Who? Excuse me?
Young Thug.
No.
YUNG, I think it is.
Young. Why young? Like
Young.
Young Thug.
All right.
I probably have heard of
Let's
him.
go to
You
a
probably
different.
know more about him than
Let's
I
go
do.
to a different category as we play Jonny Know.
Oh, please. Yes.
I love this.
I derailed everybody.
No, I love this. I think this is fascinating, and I think people are probably playing along at home. We're going to do news events of the 1980s, okay? I'm going to give you a keyword, and you in a sentence will tell me what you remember or what you can tell me. I know you weren't alive for them, but as a
Allegedly.
future broadcaster, you should have a culturally significant relevance of these guys, okay?
Okay.
January 28th, 1986, The Challenger.
Oh, that's with the teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's very good.
That's
You're
correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Very
And
good.
that story's so sad to me, and I think about it sometimes randomly. Like all she wanted to do was make her students proud.
Yeah.
Do you remember her name?
I don't. What was it?
Sally Ride was her name.
I
I
don't
thought
think
it
that's
was
true.
Krista McCullough.
No, I think Sally Ride was the teacher. Krista McCullough might have been in another.
But
accent.
Ride, Sally, Ride. Wasn't that a song?
That was. Was.
I'm going to look that up.
Please do. I hope I'm wrong on that. Just Say No. What is the significance of Just Say No?
Pre-Me Too movement, maybe?
No.
Oh, the war on drugs, maybe?
Exactly. And do you
Okay.
know, there was a famous
Nancy Reagan.
That's great. Yeah. See.
And Nancy carried that White House because Ronnie wasn't doing his job
well,
later
towards
on.
the end, he wasn't well.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I think Nancy was pulling the strings.
What was your name?
Sally Ride. Did I get her mixed up with Krista McCullough?
Yeah, it's Krista McCullough.
I think maybe then Sally Ride might have been the first female astronaut.
I think that's
Okay.
what it
All right,
was.
There's a big difference.
There is.
Someone that died in a...
And as I said, I hope I was wrong.
Disrespectful.
And my hope came true. What do you know? What can you tell me when I say the words Exxon Valdez?
That sounds like a sexy Latin name, but I know it's not.
Oh, but maybe it is. You never can tell.
Exxon Mobil, like the gas, did they leak something?
Okay, keep going.
Oils
And
in the ocean, in our porpoises and dolphins.
it
He
was.
remembers. Look at that.
But he's guesswork.
I'm
man.
inferring a lot
Yeah.
from
He's-
So
oil
you don't know
disaster.
about
You can't give me a detail.
I have no details to
Why
offer
did
you.
the accident happen?
Because mankind shouldn't be fracking in the ocean.
You know, Pony just laughed so loud. I heard it through the
He was
glass.
so sassy about it.
Okay.
Nothing
I
to do
mean
with
that-
fracking.
No.
Please tell me, enlighten
Drunk
me.
driver.
It was a drunk man. It was a huge oil tanker in Alaska. It was driven aground, I
Yeah.
believe, the
By a
biggest
drunk
oil spill
captain.
in the
Wow.
history.
Yeah.
And what they don't tell you is that they repaired it and used it under a different name for many years after that. But the Valdez was the first huge, huge disastrous oil spill.
We're animals.
Yeah.
right.
And people
Drunk
affected.
driving.
Yeah.
Never do it.
No, it's
We
a
got
bad thing.
Uber, we got Lyft.
Yeah, don't need to now.
What about Chernobyl?
Oh my God, I just watched the HBO miniseries. It was incredible.
There you go.
Okay.
But I did know it beforehand because there was a horror movie called Chernobyl where a bunch of like mischievous teens went and they were recording and then they all died.
Yeah. Did you know that was, it really happened though? You know that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. Very
I'm
good.
very much kidding, I know.
All right. How about this? Tip O'Neill.
Tip O'Neill. Sounds like the name of a racehorse.
Yes. Keep going.
Shut up. You're so lying.
That's so exciting.
He won the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
He was the Speaker of the House during the Reagan administration. And it was very famous because he and Reagan actually, because they were on opposing sides of the aisle, still were able to come together and get a lot of stuff done. Very notable politician.
Reagan, I know about Reagan definitely like beforehand he was an actor and everything. I always respected that about him.
Didn't ask that.
Didn't ask
What about
that.
trickle-down economics?
Oh, like trumped up trickle down. I know that soundbite.
You know
from
what? He is
the
great with
elections.
talking points. He really is. When he says right away, he goes, "Fracking is bad." Yeah,
I believe that.
You're doing better than Joe Biden.
Oh, that would
30,
not take that much work.
3:30.
Text Joe.
Go,
3-0.
Go to Joe.
He was like looking at his hand for like what the hell the number was. It was ridiculous.
All right. What about Commodore 64?
I'm getting the vibe of like an old game system.
Yeah, bingo.
It was a home.
old
It's a
game
computer.
system.
It was a
He's
computer.
got it.
Though. It was a computer.
Wasn't meant for gaming, though.
There were if you get the games on a cassette.
Still, it was a Commodore
is
64
a
was a gaming
cassette?
platform.
Well, I believe it more primarily as a computer.
Let me
You can
look.
double check.
Oh, Krista McCullough.
All right. I said I was so glad I was wrong about that. Can you let it go? I have.
So what is it?
It is a computer. An early computer, a home computer.
PC
Yeah, a PC, a personal
Oh, with like
computer.
dial-up?
8-bit home computer. He's right.
All right.
before dial-up.
What about Barney Clark? The name Barney Clark.
That's the man under the Barney costume.
Sorry, he was the recipient of the first artificial heart, the first permanent artificial heart.
Did you know that?
I did. It was a huge story in the 1980s.
Oscar, did you know that?
No, I thought Barney Clark was in Leave It to Beaver.
It would have been Andy Griffith anyway.
Sorry.
All right. How about Walter Mondale?
I'm going to feel stupid after this.
Yes.
Don't you go to George Washington University?
Don't say I go to class. Walter Mondale.
Fracking is bad.
Fracking is bad.
I'm going to go
Journalism.
protest, but I slept in.
What's that? What was your answer? I'm sorry.
He was a journalist, right?
Vice president under Jimmy Carter lost the election to Ronald Reagan.
Damn.
Who was Nixon's vice president? I loved his name.
Nixon's
Spiro Agnew
Spiro Agnew.
Wasn't I thought it was Ford.
and
no?
Ford. Ford
Yeah.
also ran with him. Yeah.
Ford.
Nixon was messy.
I believe what happened. I believe you can Google and find me wrong again. But if I remember this correctly, Agnew resigned, which allowed Ford to step in.
Yes.
And that's why when Nixon resigned, Ford took the presidency. That's what's going on there. How about a Cabbage Patch Kid?
Oh, I know what Cabbage Patch Kids are. They're cute little dolls that look like babies.
Did you have one?
No, I'm a man.
All right. Well, that's really weird.
I had a Barbie.
And our final news event I want to ask you about. What can you tell me about Hands Across America?
That actually came up in the new Jordan Peele movie Us, so I know it from that. But it was a wish for everyone to hold hands across the country and fight homelessness.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly right. And how successful was it?
Not very.
That's exactly right. Full credit for that. I do appreciate it. Yeah. Now, before we get back to Johnny's historical, we're
Yes.
playing Jonny Know.
Jonny Know.
We teased this on last week's show.
KNOW.
I need to get rid of some records. People want records. And they've been emailing to Ponyboy
Really?
at MikeO'MaraShow.com. And I have a letter right here. The actual
Letter reads.
It reads, Dear Casey. The subject is, I want records.
Okay.
And it reads, Hi, Matt. Just directing straight to
straight
Pony.
to Matt.
A longtime listener, first-time emailer, and I have a turntable and want some records from celebrity DJ and fellow turntable aficionado, Rob Spiewak. Set me up, please. And he gives his address. P.S. If it helps, I'll be ordering a fruitcake, and I hate the orange stain in the White House as much as you do, sir.
Oh, look at
Well,
that.
you know what?
Yay.
I'm not political, but I like
Yeah,
the fact
we're
that he's buying a
apolitical.
fruitcake. And it's
Some people want to hump for Trump people.
Hump for Trump?
I hate
You ever heard that
fracking.
before?
No, but I want to get that on a T-shirt.
Yeah. Jim Sanchez is his name. Not Sanchez.
Jim.
But it's Jim Sanchez of Orangevale, California. And I hold in my hand the records that we will be sending to you, Jim.
What special records do you have?
This is a couple first pressing 45 RPM records that we start with.
Oh, they're loosey-goosey. I
And
see.
what is so cute is when I brought them in this morning, Johnny said, "What do you call those little records?"
Oh,
And
that's
I had to explain to him what they were. They're singles, and when you would buy one song, it would have one on the hit on one side, and then the flip side is usually filler. The first record we're sending Jim is Gary Lewis and the Playboys, "Save Your Heart for Me." Notable, Gary Lewis is Jerry Lewis's son, and Oscar examined
see
that.
this guy.
It's a little beat up, but it will play. Also on the MGM label, the Cowsills singing "Hair" from the musical Hair. This was a huge hit record.
Why are there dents on this record?
Don't know, but that's one of the reasons why it made the file to give away.
I mean, there are
Go play.
divots in it.
Yeah, I don't know. They had, these records had a life long
a
before they
dog
ever found
bit
their way.
into them.
Well, no, or it could have been a hungry disc jockey. You never can tell.
You know what this is?
What?
Oh my God.
What?
This is the perfect size for someone who is switching records out, putting one of them in their
Oh, do you
in
think
their
he was
mouth,
holding him in his mouth?
on the edge. There are
That-
teeth marks.
That could be.
along this total like a molar or one tooth, making sure like if you had 5 of these and you're trying to make sure that you get it back on there, this is
Gotcha.
vintage.
You know what's great? That we could run like a CSI test and run a dental print and find out what disc jockey actually played it. Could be someone famous. Maybe Dr. Don Rose.
This new guy here you got here. What is Happy?
No, the flip. Hair by the
I'm sorry,
Cowsills. Great song.
Sorry, Hair. Mm-hmm. It's Kathy Davis.
It was owned by Kathy Davis at one point in its
You know
life.
who that is?
I don't.
No teeth marks.
Well, of course, Kathy was always careful. Classic Kathy.
Not a savage.
And this LP is the Edgar Winter Group Shock Treatment with the original paper sleeve and a beautiful picture of Edgar himself.
Lovely.
And the vinyl, the condition of this, amazingly, no one really needs to have one copy of this record. I had two. Two. And the vinyl, nearly pristine. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
So if you want some nice early to mid 70s rock and roll, you're all set. We will send
Rock
these to you,
and roll.
Mr. Sanchez. We appreciate you playing. If you want to get a free record or records from my collection,
Free!
just send an email to ponyboy@mikeomarashow.com. If you are selected, you will win. And if you really want to buy it, or you really want to win, buy tickets to Saturday's show.
Teeth marks.
We would like
Teeth
that.
marks.
Yeah, Casey Kasem's teeth marks.
Teeth marks.
Hey, it's time to play our new favorite game.
Please.
Yes, it is entitled Jonny Know.
Jonny Know.
What is your take on him so far, Oscar? How informed is he about 1980s stuff?
Look, Johnny is entertaining. I'm shocked
it.
that half of these things he doesn't know about. When he doesn't know about, he actually gives good guesses.
Yeah, he is. He's
So I'm like, all right, he's got some context. Like he played some sort of board game or video game or trivia at a bar, and he's like, oh, I think I remember this answer from trivia night.
I think this, in your collegiate and high school, and actually your entire school career, have you tested well?
I usually test positive.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't mean that. That was pretty great. What I mean to say
I want to
is,
hate him, but I can't.
I know.
I was like middle of the class, the funny guy like in the class.
yeah, but you
How
probably
did you
test
get into
well, right?
George Washington?
oh, a
What
lot
were
of
your
money.
SATs?
The Lori Laughlin thing. No, I didn't take the SATs. I took the ACTs.
And what was the ACTs?
30 out of 36.
See?
So he does test well.
Top tier.
You see, what the deal is I'm seeing what you are taking stuff in context and guessing your answers even when you don't know them.
Yes.
All right.
30 out of 36. Let me Google that. ACT. Let's see where that percentile puts you. Ooh.
Do they do the SATs anymore?
Yes, they do.
Okay, but just for
They
fun.
changed the just for fun. Yeah.
And it is fun.
You're bored on a Saturday.
Above average puts you in a 30 plus. A 30 plus score is in the 98th. The 94th percentile.
Yeah, you do testing. You're an excellent tester.
Yeah, but throughout school, I was always like ranked 90 out of 400 kids. Like it never really got too good.
So you needed to go to a stupider school.
Exactly. Well, GW was my reach.
Was it?
Hell yeah.
Wow. What was your safety school?
Ithaca College.
Which is a great school.
Not my safety, but I was
When
going to go
you
there.
told your parents you were going there, did they assume it was pronounced Ithaca?
Ithaca.
Just
yeah.
okay, just thought so. That was rude. I withdraw the remark. All right. I don't know that he will be
proud of
able
you,
to. I don't know that he'll be able to get these next ones in contextual clue.
Let's find out.
Well, these are movies.
Don't
These are all
underestimate.
movies. These are all movies that were top 10 movies for their year in the 1980s. So I'll need like a one sentence explanation of what the movies are about. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll start easy. The Blues Brothers.
Oh, two men dyed their bodies blue and they got lost in New York.
I'm praying that is like a Hollywood Squares answer and that you actually know more about it.
I very much do not.
Wow.
Blue
One
Man
of-
Group?
No, it's like one of my favorite movies of all time.
Check it out.
It is about two musicians that are orphans. They grow up, get out of jail. They have to have a blues concert to save the orphanage in which they were raised. And it's based on a Saturday Night Live sketch with John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd. The magic of it is the music is fantastic. And it's got a great, great car chase in it.
Blues Brothers.
And you've never heard of it.
It's kind of cool.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. All right. How about Stir Crazy?
I know nothing about the movie Stir Crazy.
Drinking show, right?
We
Everybody's
should
a
make this a
bartender.
drinking game.
Yeah, it would be a good drinking.
But it's like a bar.
No, it's
that they're making drinks, so they go crazy.
prison
locked in a-
movie with Gene Wilder.
Pony, did you know that? I
and
didn't know
Richard
that.
Pryor.
I have no idea.
Yeah, there you
Gene
go.
Wilder,
All I'm saying
original
is-
Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
okay,
Star
that's-
Crazy, not a blockbuster film.
Top 10 for the year. That's all I
What
said
year?
it was. 1981.
Great year.
I was still in Bolivia.
Oh, they didn't have color movies then.
No.
All the movies were about bars there.
No.
That's all they had.
They didn't have movies.
You bring in your coin with the hole in
They
it.
didn't have DVD players or VCRs or Betamaxes.
Bringing that joke back because I was so fond of
Yes.
it. All right, how about the movie Arthur?
Oh, yeah, no, I know Arthur. He's a millionaire that is disgruntled and he's not really good at life and stuff. And then he has like a man nanny who takes care of him.
Yes.
Very good.
Right?
Done and done.
I know Russell Brand.
I was going to say
redid
he knows
yeah.
it because of the Russell Brand movie. Do you know, by any stretch of the imagination, can you name anyone from the original?
Meryl? Nah.
Meryl Streep?
Meryl Streep. As
yeah.
in Meryl Streep.
Decent
No, I'm
guess.
sorry, no.
much above
We were
that.
looking for
Dudley
Moore or Liza Minnelli we would have accepted. All right, Chariots of Fire.
Sounds Roman.
Yes.
Gladiator style matches. Shirtless dudes. Axes and swords.
No, 1930s Olympics runners. Runners in the 1930s Olympics.
Close.
It was a darling for the Academy
Look
Award.
up Caligula.
Caligula.
After the show.
It sounds like a disease.
Get ready for a
Close
strange
enough.
bunny trail. Tootsie.
Oh, I've heard of Tootsie.
You do look like what's
Dustin Hoffman?
Yeah, he looks like Dustin Hoffman a little bit.
I'm going to Google that later and let you know if I'm insulted or not. But
Young Dustin Hoffman.
Tootsie.
A young, strapping Dustin Hoffman.
Is it a dance movie?
Not a dance movie.
It's like a little girl named Tootsie?
No, it's
No.
about a guy that
It's like Annie,
pretends to be.
but she loves Tootsie Rolls.
It's about a guy who he's an actor who has a bad reputation, so he dresses up as a woman to get a job on a soap opera and gets
Sounds
more
problematic.
It's actually a very, very good
Hijinks
movie.
ensue.
Hijinks ensue.
Like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, there you go.
A different tone,
Yeah.
I think, than Mrs. Doubtfire. How about Porky's?
Sounds not kosher.
True. Very true. Keep going.
Two young friends start a barbecue joint to save the college.
No, a very popular R-rated raunchy comedy
Yeah.
that involved a shower scene that was legendary.
But tame in these days.
Absolutely, but in the time, it was something
It was
else.
like a hot shower scene.
No, I don't know the temperature of the water.
Okay.
War games.
They were playing Battleship.
Do you want to play a game?
Any idea?
Is it about the Cuban Missile Crisis?
It is not. It is not.
Cuban Nipple Crisis.
What? No, I'm afraid.
Is going on? Yes.
War Games is about a young man, Matthew Broderick, before he committed vehicular manslaughter in real life. He
did?
Yeah, he did. You would know that if you read the papers. But
The
what
papers. The papers.
he hacks into the, I guess, the national defense system of the United States and almost gets the world
The
blown up.
grid.
I bet Pony could do that. He's a good hacker.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Oh, he'd read an article that said you can't. And he'd stop.
I love the fact that he was
Not enough
able.
missiles.
He was able to break into the United States NORAD system with dial-up. The movie really should have been about 25 hours long, just based on the internet connection. How about Oscar's one of his favorites, The Goonies?
Oh, I watched The Goonies for my 4th grade birthday party.
Oh, cool.
Because I asked my mom. I know they're like little adventure explorers and the ugly guy with the face.
Yeah.
The sloth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sloth. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were describing
Hey,
Dustin
you
Hoffman.
guys.
It was the worst 4th grade birthday party ever. Nobody really vibed with it. It was like 2006. We're like, what are we watching?
Oh, they were forcing. So your parents.
You didn't ask for it?
Are your parents my age? Or Rob's age or
like
Mike's age?
early 50s.
Closer to
Mom.
me.
Yeah, closer to Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're
but
forcing
I wanted a movie theater birthday in our basement, and they were like, oh, we have the perfect movie, Goonies, for you and your friends. And it wasn't. Shrek had come out the year before, so we could have just watched that. It's still timeless.
How about if I was his dad? How
I'd
weird
be
would
so
that be?
pissed.
That'd be so weird.
I mean, I'll talk to the clinic. I mean, have you ever donated?
It didn't go well. There was an added fee, is all I'm going to say. How about the movie Cocoon?
About butterflies and lies. Butterfly lies.
No, it's about an outer space. People come from outer space with bodies in cocoons that they steal. They store them in a swimming pool, and when old people swim alongside the cocoons, they become young again. It was a major feel-good movie of the time.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't scary aliens. They were like nice.
No, the alien was Brian Dennehy. The only thing scary is that Steve Guttenberg was in the movie. How about Fatal Attraction?
Oh, everyone's heard of Fatal Attraction, but no one my age actually knows what it was about.
That would have been good for the fourth grade birthday party, don't you think?
Yeah, I know, right? Definitely like a sexy movie.
Ooh, sex E.
He's close, but I need something more about the plot.
Did he like her a lot? And she was like, no. And he was like, it's fatal. And then he killed both of them.
No, it's actually the reverse.
Yeah, it was actually the reverse. Glenn Close loves him to death.
Yeah, he creeped on his wife.
Is that the one where they locked him in the cabin?
No.
And broke the
That's
legs?
Cabin in the Woods.
No, that's
Misery.
Misery, yeah.
Misery.
That's where St. Louis is.
You you'd want to see that it's really I think it holds up because relationship wise what happens is the guy cheats on his wife and then
it tells a story,
yeah.
teaches a lesson.
Don't
cheat.
no that's not the lesson. The lesson is don't keep a pet bunny around when you got crazies.
And Rob spit his drink out.
You're funny at the wrong time sometimes. This is delicious. Serve it with carrots. And the last movie I have for you, Cocktail.
Tom Cruise.
That's it. Yeah,
And he flies planes.
No. Oh, it was so close to being right.
Dang.
So no,
Johnny, thank you, buddy.
give him the synopsis of Cocktail real quick because I know it's one of your favorites, right?
You've got a small town bartender who gets to the big city.
Let me see.
And then he falls in love. Well, he falls in love with a Upper East Side heiress.
Debutante.
Whose parents don't want her to be with him, and you see his trials and tribulations as a coxman, and then he makes his way back to the heiress, and then they say, "No, we don't want the money. We're going to live off cocktails and dreams."
You see, the thing that bothered me about the movie is I didn't know how to be the guy who had to clean up after him. He's throwing bottles all over the place. That's a sticky floor right there. Johnny, C+. Thank you very much.
I'll take it.
Thank you, buddy.
Hey, remember, D's get degrees.